Welcome students, welcome to class 9th English. Today we will read the book Moments, and from this book we will read the chapter number 2, The Adventures of Toto. This story, The Adventures of Toto, is written by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is a nature lover poet, and generally his stories are written in the Uttarakhand areas because he was the residential, he used to reside in this area. So you will find his stories either move around the animals or the natural views of the nature. So generally most of the stories are of the animals. So this is the brief introduction of the author Ruskin Bond. He is an Indian author, and this story, The Adventures of Toto, is about a baby monkey. This Toto is a baby monkey who was brought by the grandfather of the author. The author's grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver, and the cost what he paid for this Toto was only sum of 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough, and the monkey looked so out of place that there the grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. Private zoo, this word makes it very clear that the author's grandfather is very fond of the animals, and once he saw this red monkey is kept by the Tonga driver, and the Tonga driver used to tie this monkey around the feeding tub. Feeding tub is a tub where the animals used to feed the food. So looking this, the grandfather brought the Toto home. But Toto was a very pretty monkey. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were a pearl white, which were often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. Here the author says that Toto was a very pretty monkey. His eyes were very shining, sparkling, but shining with mischief, because you all know the nature of the monkeys. Monkeys are very naughty. So his eyes used to shine with mischief under the deep eyebrows, and his teeth were pearl white. As you know, the monkey's teeth are always out, na? So this Toto was brought up by the grandfather of the author, and grandfather thought that he will add this monkey into his private zoo. But his hands looked dried up, as they had been pickled in the sun for many years. But the hands of the Toto was very dry. It seems as they were kept or pickled in the sun for many years. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked. Fingers very quickly used to work. As you know that the monkey's fingers and the movements of the monkeys are very quick. And his tail, while adding to the goods, like grandfather believed a tail would add to anyone's good look. As he has got a tail also, and the tail add the beauty to the monkeys, and grandfather also believed the same, that this tail add beauty to anyone's look. Also served as a third hand, and this monkey, Toto monkey, used this tail as a third hand also. He could use it to hang from a branch, and was capable of scooping up and delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. This monkey used to use this tail by scooping from the branch or just hanging from the branch, and he was capable of picking the things also from this. Grandmother always first, when grandmother brought home some new bird or animal, so it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret from her until she was in particularly good mood. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely, or so we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. Though grandmother used to get angry whenever the grandfather used to brought some new animal or bird, so it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept secret. Nobody will tell the grandmother that Toto is in home until she is in a good mood, and whenever we will see that grandmother is in a good mood, we will disclose that we have bought a monkey. By that time, grandfather decided that this monkey will be kept in the closet opening into the bedroom of the author. A closet means a cupboard was there in the author's room, and it was decided that he will be living there. A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to the released Toto, we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. The peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket, and my school brazier, which had been hanging there, was in shreds. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather didn't worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. So what happened after a few hours, when the grandfather and this author came in the room to release the Toto, they found that there was a wretches in the wall. Though there was a paper in the cupboard inside the wall, all that paper, ornamental paper means decorative paper, was there. All was torn by that monkey. Even the blazer was hanging, the blazer of this little author, that was also torn into pieces. And now he was worried that what the grandmother would say when she will see what she will say. But grandfather was not puzzled at all. He was very happy with the Toto's performance. He is clever, said grandfather. Given time, I am sure he could have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window. His presence in the house is still a secret. Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarter, where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably together: a tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tamed squirrel, and for a while my pet goat. But the monkey would not allow any of his companions to sleep at night. So grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, decided to take him along. Now what the grandfather said after seeing the performance of the Toto in the cupboard, he was very happy. He said if he would given the more time to the Toto, he would have tied the torn pieces of the blazer into a rope, and he could have escaped from the window very easily. But though he was very mischievous, so his presence in the house was very difficult to keep secret. So they decided to transfer him to in a big cage in the servant quarter. And in the servant quarter there are many other pets also. But this mischievous monkey wouldn't allow anyone to sleep whole night. He used to disturb the other animals. So what the grandfather decided, that one day he had to go Dehradun. So next day he thought that he will take had to leave Dehradun, and he had to go Saharanpur to take his pension. So he decided to take the Toto along with him. Now what happened in the train? See, unfortunately I could not accompany grandfather on that trip, but he told me about it afterwards. A big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto. This, with some straw at the bottom, became his new abode. When the bag was closed, there was no escape. Toto could not get his hands through the opening, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite his way through. His efforts to get out only had the effect of making the bag roll about on the floor or occasionally jump into the air. An exhibition that attracted a curious crowd of onlookers on the Dehradun railway platform. Now what happened? A bag was brought to keep this Toto. A canvas bag was there, and there was no chances to come out this Toto out of that bag. Some straws or some twigs were kept at the bottom of the bag, so that he could not have any problem, and he was kept inside. Nobody could guess that there is some animal inside only until he jumped inside the bag or he rolled on this. And this was making an exhibition. Our people was on the railway station was looking to the bag. Toto remained in a bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his tickets at the railway turnstile, Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and gave the ticket collector a wide grin. The poor man was taken back, but with great presence of mind, and much to grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you?" You will have to pay for it accordingly. Now what happened? Toto was sitting silently till Saharanpur in the bag. But when the ticket checker came to check the ticket and grandfather was showing his ticket, this Toto, naughty Toto, poked his head out of the bag and gave the ticket. What ticket he gave? He gave the white grain to the collector. And this this ticket checker, was taken back and he said, "Oh sir, you are carrying a dog with you and you have to pay for that dog." Now what happened? In this grandfather was confused. He said, "I don't have a dog." And he took out that Toto out of the bag and he said that it is a monkey. Sir, you can see that it is a monkey. I am not carrying the bag and this monkey doesn't qualify as a dog or even as a other animal. Toto was classified as a dog by the ticket collector. Ticket collector said, "No, you have to pay for that. Whether you carry the monkey or the dog, he looks like a same animal. So you have to pay the 3 rupees." And that sum was to handed over his and that sum was to be given by the grandfather to the ticket collector. Grandfather, just to get his own bag, took from his pocket out pet tortoise and said, "What must I pay for this since you charge for all animals?" The ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise, prodded it with his forefinger, gave grandfather a pleased and triumphant look and said, "No charge, it is not a dog." Now that after this incident, that grandfather was very annoyed. So he took out another pet from his bag and that was a tortoise. And he asked the ticket collector, "Sir, what money I have to pay for this?" Then this ticket collector very patiently gave a close look to the tortoise and he touched with his forefinger and said, No sir, no charge for this. Charges are only for the..." When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable where he had for a company the family donkey Nana. On the Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches and she jerked back, dragging Toto with her. He had fastened onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth. Toto and Nana never became friends. So here what happened, one day a Toto was kept in the stable where a donkey was there. Donkey name was Nana. And when the first night Toto was in the stable, grandfather thought of giving a visit to see everything is comfortable or not in the stable. So he found Nana without apparent cause pulling at her halter. Nana was very angry and trying to keeping her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. A bundle of grass was there and this Nana was keeping apart from this. Seeing this incident, grandfather gave a slap across her haunches. On the haunches means the mouth of the donkey, and she jerked back, dragging Toto with her. And what happened? Toto was sitting there and he has fastened onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth, and this Toto has bitten on his ears. So this way Nana and Toto couldn't become a friend forever. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given him by the grandmother for his bath. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand, then he gradually step into the bath for first one foot, then the other, as he has been seeing me doing, until he was into the water up to his neck. Once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands or feet and rub himself all over. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during his performance, Toto's feeling would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. One day, Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. Students, you can see this incident is very interesting. Now, as you know, the monkeys are the copycats. So, this Toto, now when he got the permission to live in the house, permission from the grandmother, so grandmother used to give him a bowl of warm water to take a bath. And this Toto, this little monkey, used to follow the author, what the author used to. So what he used to do, he used to first test the temperature of the water with his hand, putting a single finger there, and that water is comfortable to take a bath or not, and then slowly steep into the bath, first one foot, then the another one, and then he would put the water on his neck, and then slowly he would rub the soap all around his body, as he has seen the author doing. And once the water become cold, he used to run towards the kitchen to near the fire in order to dry himself. And in case, in between, if anyone laughs during his performance, he used to get hurt. He felt very bad, and from the next day he used to refuse for taking the bath. A large kitten kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Finding the water just warm enough for bath, he got in with his hand sticking out from the open kettle. This was just fine for a while, until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. He continued hopping up and down for some time, until grandmother arrived and hauled him half boiled out of the kettle. Now one day what happened, kettle was kept on the fire, water was boiling for tea, and Toto found to do something better. So he decided to remove the lid. Lid means the top of the cover of the kettle, and he found that the water is just warm enough for a bath. So he slowly slipped into the kettle and nicely was sitting and enjoying the bath until the water began to boil. Now he started jumping to rescue himself, but he was not able to come outside. So he sat down again till the time the grandmother came, and she pulled out him from the half boiled out of the kettle. If there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold out of a dress and tear a hole in it. Now, as you know that this monkeys are very mischievous, so he is always looking to do some mischief, and that was largely developed in Toto. And he was finding the things to tear into pieces. And when one of aunt of this author came to visit their house, this Toto used to hold her dress and tear a hole in it until he was not happy or satisfied. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. My grandmother screamed and Toto threw a plate at her. One of my aunts rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. We found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree, the dish still in his arms. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain. And then, in order to spite grandmother, who had screamed at him, he threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. You can see, day by day, this Toto's mischief was increasing. One day what happened, it was a lunch time, and grandmother prepared a pulao, and everything was kept in the center table, and everyone supposed to come for the lunch time, and this pulao was kept in the center of the dining table. And when all entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice, what all of them saw that Toto was nicely eating the rice. So grandmother shouted in anger, and what in return Toto did, he threw a plate at her. After seeing this, one of the aunts rushed forward, and what the Toto did, he threw a water on her face. And when grandfather arrived inside, after seeing the grandfather, Toto picked up the plate of the rice, full dish of pulao, and made his exit through a window. And what he did, he went out of the window and climbed on the branches of the jackfruit tree. Jackfruit means kathai. He climbed on that tree and nicely, comfortably he sat there, and he started eating, kept the dish in his arms, and he remained there all afternoon as he has decided that till the last grain of the rice will be finished, he will not come down. And though grandmother was getting angry, she screamed at him. So what he did, he threw the dish from the top, and when he saw that this dish was broken into 100 pieces, he chattered with delight. He was just giggling or showing his teeth. Obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we would keep for long. Even grandfather realized that we were not well to do and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains and wallpaper. So grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. Now ultimately in the last it was decided that this Toto could not be kept in the house because they could not tolerate the loss of dishes, clothes, curtains and wallpaper. So grandfather went back to the Tonga driver and he asked the Tonga driver to take his monkey back, and this monkey was sold back only 3 rupees. You may remember that this grandfather purchased him at the cost of 5 rupees and sold him back only of 3 rupees. So this is story you may find very interesting. Now today what you will do, find out the answers of this chapter.